sometimes in life you have to start parting company with the toys you always wanted. And this is one I always wanted. I spent probably the last 2 years now putting it back together again. It was actually in pretty good shape when I got it. It was just desperate for a paint job. And it was just tired. It just was mechanically tired. The story on the car when I bought it was that it was bought in 1975, and the owner parked it in a shed and drove it for a little while and then stopped driving it because it started having some mechanical issues, and it just sat. So that's when, I guess 20 years went by, is the story again, is that it was going to just fall apart if somebody didn't put it back together again. So I saw it one day and ran up to the guy's house and see if I could buy it. So anyway, I ended up buying it, and at the time that I bought it, I paid $4,500 for it, and the body was pretty checked. The fiberglass had really given up. It's in Arizona, so it just didn't have any good quality to the body and paint at all. I'll include a photo of what it used to look like. The interior is really clean. It's really good shape. This seat right here, the passenger seat, is the original seat in the car. I mean, it could be replaced. It could probably be restitched, but you know, I just never really messed with that. Didn't really care, but everything's clean. I'll take you for a cruise in it later, but everything goes like it's supposed to. It's got the retro sound in it. Everything works. I added a new digital clock, so that still works also. That's awesome, really, compared to what used to be in the car. If you look in the back right here, there's a stereo. Some of my other little odds and ends I haven't pulled out of here yet. So the door panels are like brand new. I mean, all new weather stripping, in the T-tops. I believe the carpet's original. It was in such good shape, I just couldn't change it. Just didn't think it was a good idea to change it. The original wheels. Now, they're original wheels on this car, so, you know, it seems like when you keep it below 70, everything's fine, but when you start getting up in the miles, you get 100 plus, whatever. You know, I don't drive like that, but I've just been told that sometimes it can cause a little bit of a hop. So that's what I do get with this car. Or somebody else told me that they got it with this car, if you know what I'm saying. So, you know, if you guys really want to drive this thing super fast, I would change the wheels out to more modern wheels that aren't 40 years old, you know. So these cars done a lot of sitting, so even the aluminum and the stuff that they use to make the tires are going to wear out. So here we go. Steering wheel, good shape. Everything works on it. The telescopic steering works on it. The only thing that kind of stinks about it is that from, you know, people getting in and out of the car for so long, they've pulled on the thing. They kind of, you know, changed the straightness of the steering column is the best way that I can put it. Doesn't affect how it drives, and in fact, once you drive it for a little while, you don't even realize it's doing that. But initially, when you first get in, it feels a little odd. Let me pop the hood here. $350. It's pretty clean. It's good shape. Pretty much been rebuilt. It's not super fast. I mean, it's respectable. I mean, if you're wanting to buy a race car, then that's something you're going to have to change. I wanted mine to be reliable. This is a Southern Air and Heat car. You know, just because of what we did to it, you know, I wanted it to be more reliable. And anytime I drive this car, the tops usually are off, and I never drive it in bad weather. You know, that's just me. I'm real picky. You know, I have a few toys, you know, cars, and this is just the ones that are here at my house right now. So let me fire this baby up for you. I mean, it's a rock solid motor. You know, it looks pretty good. got a PSI gauge on here, but it's never really worked. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. More for looks, really, I guess now. And if you wanted to make that perfect, that's fine, but doesn't really seem to affect it or not affect it for not working. All new radiator, all new everything. I mean, it's just got new. I can't even explain to you how much new is in this car. So I can't even tell you what's not new. Everything's pretty much new. New tranny, new suspension. Suspension's been reinforced, because on these old plastic cars, basically what fiberglass is, they just get a little weak, so you got to reinforce the suspension a little bit. And I'll let you listen to the sound for a minute. It's got a great sound. You know, it's just kind of, it is what it is. It's a 1975 Corvette that's been loved and runs good and rides nice, and all the power windows work, and tilt steering works, telescopic wheel works. The pop-up headlights have no problem. They work just fine. In fact, I'll show you. As you see, they work just fine. The passenger ones, that seems to be a little slower sometimes, but shut them off. See? So they're down. And I guess maybe I'll take you for a little ride in it. Actually, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a part 2 video, because I want to take the tops off when I drive it, so I can show it with the tops off. See you in a few minutes.